giving the routine weekly briefing for Central North Carolina, covering the period Monday, August 3rd through Sunday, August 9th. So taking a look at our upcoming weather pattern for Central North Carolina, a stationary front will be in the area through at least midweek. You can see that in the upper left and the upper right panels. And the unsettled weather is going to continue after that. There's a chance of showers and thunderstorms every day through the next 7 days, which will certainly help our chances at alleviating the drought. We'll take a look at that a little bit later on. There is a marginal level 1 of 4 risk for excessive rainfall everywhere in our forecast area today, everywhere tomorrow, and generally to the west of US 1 on Wednesday. We'll also show that in a minute. Counties across the south could see some highs in the lower 90s, but otherwise highs will generally be in the 80s through the next 7 days. As we take a look at the accumulated precipitation forecasts over the next 5 days, you can see no heavy totals any individual day. However, if you take a look in the bottom right, you can see that our area is broadly in the blue across the next 5 days, which would signal anywhere between ½ an inch and 1½ inches of rain. Certainly the heaviest rain appears to be offshore North Carolina later on today, and that certainly shows up in that 5-day graphic showing multiple inches of rain occurring off the coast. As we take a look at the heat risk over the next 3 days, you can see that generally it is in the yellow color, which signals minor for individuals extremely sensitive to heat. You can see that there are some spots of moderate heat risk each of the next 3 days that, again, most individuals who are sensitive to heat could end up having some risk today, tomorrow, and Wednesday. And I'm having somebody say that they can't hear me. Can we get some confirmation on that? I think my microphone is coming in correctly. All right, and I see Cynthia says that she can't hear me. Cynthia, that may be a you problem. Rebecca, Anna, and Taylor are all good. All right, so we will continue onward. Taking a look at the severe thunderstorm potential over the next 8 days, you can end up seeing that lightest green color is showing just general thunderstorms, not anticipating severe thunderstorms in that area. However, if we take a look at Tuesday, that second graphic, taking a look that across some of our western counties, that we are looking at a marginal risk of severe thunderstorms. Again, that would generally be Tuesday afternoon, and damaging wind gusts would end up being the threat. We are not expecting a hail threat. We are not expecting a tornado threat in that darker green shading. If we take a look at the excessive rainfall outlook, you can end up seeing that our entire area is under level 1 threat for excessive rain and flash flooding everywhere today and tomorrow, and that generally to the west of US 1 on Wednesday. As we take a look to the 8 to 14-day temperature precipitation outlook, we are looking at a 50 to 60% chance of above normal temperatures for next week, and then a 33 to a 40% chance of above normal rainfall across much of the state for next week. And you can see what those normal temperatures are in Greensboro, Raleigh, and Fayetteville in the mid 80s to around 90, and lows around 70 degrees. As we take a look at the 7-day graphical tropical weather outlook, there are no tropical cyclones expected during the next 7 days. Again, this is not new since our last Thursday briefing, but taking a look, again, we have a lot of improvement. You can see a lot less red on that map compared to last week's drought status, a lot more of the lighter brown and the orange color that are going on. Again, you can see only 1% of the state is under the D4 exceptional drought, 8% in the extreme drought, with most of the state under a D1 moderate drought or a D2 severe drought. Looking at the graphical hazardous weather outlook, again, we already talked about the western counties having the thunderstorm wind threat tomorrow. There is a greater lightning threat overall with the coverage today, but we do certainly have a limited threat of lightning with thunderstorms through the rest of the week. Excessive rainfall, we ended up talking about that for days 1 through 3, and also just in our extreme western areas on day 4. The extreme heat, again, that's more kind of the coverage of where we are looking at that heat risk highest Thursday through Sunday. Taking a look at the weather summary, again, a stationary front in the area through at least midweek with unsettled weather continuing after that. We do have that chance of showers and thunderstorms every day over the next 7 days. There's a marginal risk of excessive rainfall everywhere today and tomorrow and to the west of US 1 on Wednesday. And there is a marginal risk of severe thunderstorms across western counties Tuesday afternoon with damaging wind gusts being the primary threat. One final slide that I would like to go ahead and show you is that we will have a virtual tropical weather training on Thursday, August 20th, 2026, 7 to 8 p.m. That is free and open to the public. The training topics will include tropical weather climatology, an introduction and explanation of National Hurricane Center products and tropical hazards. This will be online, similar to this webinar that we end up doing. You can attend via a computer, laptop, or mobile device. The registration for that is available at weather.gov/ra/tropical skywarn, and I will be giving that presentation if you want to hear a little bit more of me.